So My Hero Ultra Impact is soon to be released on Global, if not already released on Global, depending on when I decide to post this video. And so I wanted to go through some mistakes that you want to avoid when starting to play this game. So let's jump into the first tip here, jumping into the summoning page. One of the biggest mistakes that you could possibly do when playing this game is summoning on a banner right as the banner is released. So unless you really love this character, you want to avoid summoning on any banner, like investing gems into a banner until the very end of the lifespan of that said banner. So right now, as recording this is the 12th of January, and this banner leaves on the 13th of January. And this is where I would say it is a good time, if you really want this Deku, if you haven't gotten him already, to invest your gems into. Now, the reason why I say this is because Ultra Impact gives you a daily single summon every single day on a banner of your choice. It's only one single summon, but you can get lucky enough and pull that said character that you're looking for. And with Ultra Impact, duplicates of one character is not needed. So all you need to do is pull that character, and then you are done with the banner, essentially. Unless you want to pull other URs that you need desperately, it's not really worth it to put in gems until the very last day. And that will just save you a bunch of gems in the long run, because you can get very lucky. The next mistake that I want to explain is that SR cards and even rare cards are super valuable, even though they are lower rarity than URs. Some URs are worse than SRs, to be honest. So for example, this Jiro is a super valuable card, not because of her stats or how hard she hits, but because of the effects that she provides. She can confuse enemies, she can heal, she can do a lot of things for your team. She can provide plus ultra gauge, and that is super useful for VE Tower, which is one of the game modes where you don't actually want to do as much damage as possible, but instead kind of stall out your enemy to rack up a lot of points. Mineta is another character that is super valuable for the VE Tower, where he can lower the enemy's attack, and that is super useful. For USJ, URs tend to be a higher value because you only have a certain amount of turns to deal damage to the enemy. But for specifically VE Tower, SRs can be super good. And even SR memories, some of them are actually really good, because in VE Tower, some SR memories give a decent amount of crit rate, and even rare memories give you a decent amount. For example, this Todoroki and Deku memory gives a nice crit rate by 15% or 30% for a character, which is insanely good for VE Tower, where crit rate actually matters. And I do want to show you some proof that it actually does matter. So we jump into VE Tower, and let's go to one that I've already done that I know works. And we go to the leaderboards. This top one player in my ranking has used SR characters. So SR Bakugo, and this is not modded or anyway. SR All Might. In this one, he used a rare Jiro, which is absolutely insane. SR Mineta, and you can see that is why, if you want to rank high in VE Tower, you want to value SR characters. The next mistake that we are going to go through is that you do not want to invest into a character fully 100%, especially in the early game. So as you can see, I played for a while, so I have a lot of characters that have invested quite a lot. But as you can see, max level 100 Todoroki on the left here, you will see that I have not gone past the 6th table. Some units just don't deserve getting higher than the 6th table and all the way to the 9th. Now, some characters do deserve getting to level 100, which is very nice. This is why I maxed out Todoroki. But some characters here, like I left this Aizo, which I think is a very good character, to the 6th table. And for the purple table, I only done the first node here, because that first node is actually really important. And I would say you could get away with not ever upgrading him. The only reason why you would want to upgrade somebody really to 100% if you want to rank the highest possible in PvP. But you do not need to max out a character. I would say the only reason why you want to go further than the 6th table. So for example, this Shigaraki is actually a pretty good card to actually max out on the table, which I've got him all the way to the 8th table. And that's because in this skill upgrade right here, it gives a real big bonus. He is a support for villains type, so I wanted to excel in that. So look at the units, see whether or not they are worth it to upgrade. I don't think many characters are worthy to upgrade to even the 9th table. The 9th table gives them a plus ultra increase, and really that's a bit too excessive in my opinion. So If it's a support character, it usually is worth it to get them to the 8th table, but not many characters go to the 9th, and just look at if their purple board is worth it as well. Just, I would, at the start of the game, just get everybody to at least the 6th table, all the useful characters, and the first node of the purple table at the very least. Next up, I want to talk about stamina usage. So, unfortunately, this game has a stamina system where you have to pay gems to refresh stamina, and each time you refresh a certain amount of times, the gem cost will increase. So, I want to tell you guys that use your stamina wisely, and only do refreshes about 6 times per day. So as you can see, you can do 35 per day. Just go about 6 times. That's where the diminishing returns starts to lose its value. So after 6, I'd probably stop playing the game, or try to play the game where stamina is not needed. The only reason why you would spend over 6 stamina is if they have a 2x period. So right now there's a 2x period on a lot of the modes. So it's on the principal symbol right here. It will tell you like coins up, XP up. The most important thing is item obtainability is up. So if you see that you can obtain items 2 times the rate, then that's when you start using your stamina a lot more. But for the most part, just don't use your stamina. Don't refresh your stamina over 6 times. When I mean 6 times, I mean 6 like gem usages. Because you can press it once, that counts as 1, okay? But yeah, so just don't go further than 6. And only go further than that if there is a 2x value. And I guess you can go out further like 3 extra if you really want to. And the last and final tip that I want to give you is just don't play the game instantly. It might sound counterintuitive, but trust me, it's gonna get you a lot more rewards than you actually might think. Okay, so I'm posting this video, hopefully, as the game has just released or the day before it. Because hopefully they give us a notice that the service will go up the day before. And if you are really going to be 100% addicted to this game, you can start playing the game instantly. But, like, for most of the people, I would say wait 2 days, maybe 1 day at least, before actually starting to play this game. Now, the reason why, and they fix this problem later on, so don't worry, but it will take a while. Unless they global implements it right now, it's going to take a while. And it's VE Tower. It's the reason why. VE Tower, early on the game's lifespan, will link up, the local leaderboard will link up with players that you log in, that created the account around the same time. That's their way of balancing the leaderboards. And if you start day 1, it means you are probably going to verse me, and you're probably going to verse other people that are just as addicted as me in this game, which means you won't rank very high in VE Tower, which is unfortunate, because I wish I started like 2 days later. That way I could have ranked really, really high, but I could never breach the top 10 spot at the very end of the thing. I don't think I ever beat top 20, actually. Yeah, I never beat top 20, so as you can see, being number 1 will get you 1,000 gems. So if you start late and you find yourself versing really bad people and competing against them, getting 1,000 gems, 2 free multis is super huge. And if you can at least get top 10, you can get this cool trophy, which is kind of a flex. That's my goal, at least to get top 10 for the leaderboards for global. But yeah, it's just so that you can get more gems at the long run. Because I rank like top 20, I only get like 300 gems, which is still a lot. It's just not as much as I want. But yeah, those are my 5 mistakes that you should avoid in My Hero Academia Ultra Impact. If you guys do enjoy Ultra Impact content, make sure you subscribe with the notification bell on so you don't miss out on the My Hero Academia Ultra Impact content. Like this video if you haven't done so already, comment down below, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Until then, stay healthy, stay safe, stay fizzy. Peace out.